Hello and welcome to The Sensible Witch. I'm Julie and this is a channel where we talk common sense witchcraft. So today I want to talk a little bit about tarot. I want to kind of take a look and review some tarot decks, show you guys which ones I use the most, talk about learning tarot a little bit. So let's take a look at some tarot decks here. A lot of people think that someone needs to gift you your first tarot deck. Excuse me, grab a drink here. And that's just not true for a number of reasons. Your tarot deck will not work any better if somebody bought it for you. It may actually not work as well because you really kind of need to resonate with your tarot deck, have a relationship with it and work closely with it. And some decks work for you and some decks don't. And it's very important, I think, to resonate with the artwork in order to be able to work with the deck, be able to understand the deck. So these two decks were the decks that I started with way back when I was a teenager. I bought these. You can see the price on this, $9. And this was kind of it when in the 80s when I was a teenager and I bought these decks. And I had put them away and forgotten about them. And then I found these decks just recently in a piece of furniture that I inherited from my mother. So she put those in there and she saved them for me. So this is the classic standard for tarot decks. This is the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck. It just says Rider here, but Rider and Waite did the deck and Smith did the illustrations. But personally, and your deck will come with the instruction book. It tells you what the cards mean. Some of these talk about there are bigger books and smaller books, but some of these books recommend spreads as well. And then these are the cards. You see the yellow is present in just about all the cards, and people talk about, the cards and the symbolism and everything. But for me, it's kind of difficult to figure out the symbolism in this card. So this one, for example, the Three of Pentacles is looks like maybe they're in some kind of church. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. This one is just doesn't make any sense to me at all. But this is the deck that I started out reading with. So we'll put this one away. And then I also got this one. This one has there's a type of this card. I'll have to look it up and put it on the screen for y'all. But this one kind of has similar imagery to the original Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and really kind of hard to read. So I don't know that I've ever used this one. I may have used it when I was younger. I don't use it now. So after I became a witch, I think they're all dusty. Dust this off a minute really quick here. I think this is the first deck that I got. This is the Brady Tarot, and it was very expensive. But I saw it on someone else's page, and it's a beautiful deck. And it's all to do with animals. But honestly, kind of a depressing deck. The minor arcana, so tarot is broke up into major arcana and minor arcana. So your major arcana is basically the fool's journey. He's journeying, he's going through all life's experiences. And then when you get into the minor arcana, you have the suits, and you have the number cards, and then you have the court cards. So for the minor arcana, these cards actually do have a keyword, which kind of helps when you're learning to read. But the standard suits are pentacles, wands, cups, and swords. I'm not all here, y'all, but you can see the beautiful artwork on this. But this one uses different suits. Like roots is the earth. It just uses different suits, and a lot of tarot decks do that, which is fine. And really, I think I've only read with this deck once or twice, because I was looking for a person was questioning which animals they should be working with, so I grabbed this deck to do a reading. I took a class on how to read tarot, and it was very helpful. And we practice a lot. We also, whenever we do our practice, we all pull the same cards. And this is not just, does it happen once? Y'all, it happens every single time. So you can tell that it works because the odds of that are just infinitesimal. Our instructor worked out the odds, and they were very, very small. This is an incredibly popular deck. This is the Light Seers Tarot. I bought this not that long ago, and I don't think I've ever read with it. But it does have a nice book here. Again, though, kind of small. But you can see the artwork on here. It's the back of the cards, and then just absolutely beautiful artwork as you go through here. Very, very colorful, and I like color. So I was drawn to this deck, but like I said, I have not used it yet. Perhaps I will sometime in the future. Another new deck, which I have not used. I got this Seasons of the Witch, and I have several Seasons of the Witch Oracle cards. I actually thought that was what I was ordering here, but this is a tarot deck. They have different seasons. So I'll show you those when we do Oracle cards. But this is the Winter Tarot for Yule through Imbolc, and just a beautiful book. Look at this color. It's amazing to have a book of this size and quality with a tarot deck. So that's wonderful. The cards are beautiful. Look at that blue metallic edge. That is just gorgeous. And again, the colors of this deck are just amazing, beautiful. So I suppose I will work with this one next winter if I remember that I have it. I think I remembered this year a little bit too late. So, but then I do use the Seasons of the Witch, specifically the Samhain Oracle. I will use on Samhain. So put this one away. This deck is called, this is a hilarious deck. This deck is called This Might Hurt. And one of the things that I've discovered about tarot, and it's double boxed, so it's really a really nice quality set here. One thing that I've noticed about tarot is it's just brutally honest, y'all. It will always tell you the truth. And this deck is pretty brutal. I did a reading for an instructor of mine with this deck, and he was just howling when I read the thing because it was so funny. But beautiful color cards. And then this deck comes with an extra card. And if it comes this way up, it's going to hurt. If it comes this way up, it's not going to hurt. So This is an interesting and kind of fun deck, and it's kind of a little bit easier to read, you know, the symbolism on these cards and figure out what's going on if you don't know all that much about tarot. So this is a fun deck. Put this back together. Okay. This deck is the Book of Shadows Tarot, Volume 2, and a friend of mine in my Magical University group had this deck, and I saw it and it looked interesting to me. Again, the symbolism is a little bit more easier to read. Like here's the Chariot, for example. And is this a Chariot? No, it's a 7 of something. They're all in a car going somewhere. The Devil talks about, you know, temptations with ice cream. They use different symbology. Again, chalices are the cups. You have pentacles for the earth, wands. See, we have swords in this. Yeah, we have swords in this one too. So the cups are just a little bit different. But this is a beautiful deck, and again, the symbols are a little bit easier to read, I think. This is my current favorite deck and has been since I got this deck. So this is the Gilded Tarot Royale. And the things that I like about this deck are that you can see it's well used. My poor box is just struggling here, but I do like to keep my cards in their original boxes. These cards do use the symbolism. Looking at the 3 of Wands here. So the symbolism is a little bit easier to read to me on these cards than it is in the Rider-Waite-Smith, but it's got kind of the same symbolism on them. So, you know, this person is looking out kind of over the stormy waters and seeing the boat. So maybe he's preparing for a journey. Knight of Wands. The court cards are the hardest for me, y'all. But the 8 of Pentacles, we've got an artist here. He's working hard. Looks like he's very successful. But just beautiful imagery on these cards, and to me, a lot easier to read. So when you're learning to read the minor arcana, the numbered cards are actually fairly easy because you have the 4 suits. Like I mentioned, they, you know, represent earth, air, fire, and water. And then the numbers 1 through 10, you use the numerology. So the number 1, like the 1 of Cups, is new beginnings emotionally, because water represents your emotions. And like the Ace of Pentacles would be like a new beginning and maybe a new career, or something having to do with more with earth. So the ones are always going to mean the same thing, just with different emotions, and so on and so forth. But when you get to the court cards, they're a little more difficult. They kind of represent personalities. So those are still a challenge for me. And my instructor laughs when I show him my 20-page cheat sheet. It's like, Julie, this is not a cheat sheet. This is a cheat book. So, but it works for me. And then in the last video, I showed you guys the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake. Again, has a beautiful book that is in color for going through and reading in this beautiful deck. Oops, cloth is coming up here. And again, these are really fun. One of the reasons that I bought this deck is that this one has just about every card in this deck has a cat in it. This one has cats and a dog. You can see the cat here. There's a cat there. There's cats in all these cards, and I'm a cat person. So I think I bought this one at one of the shows. And at the same show, I found this. This is the same deck in the mini version of this. Isn't this cute? Oh my gosh. So if you're traveling somewhere and you don't have a lot of room for a tarot deck, this is the exact same deck. It's just really tiny travel size. So super cute, super fun, super useful. So I picked that up as well. So those are the tarot decks that I have currently and use. I had gotten another deck that just didn't resonate with me at all. When often they're in plastic at the store, which is one of the reasons I kind of wanted to show you guys these cards. You can take a look at them and see if you like the imagery or not. I haven't finished reading this book. As you can see, this is a very, very fat and juicy book on tarot. It's called Holistic Tarot by Benabel Wen. And this book is really amazing. It goes through all the cards and the spreads, but this book really goes into depth about the relationships between cards, and there's so much in here that's in no other tarot book. And like I said, I haven't even finished it yet, but so far it talks about the relationships between the cards. It also talks about, let's say you happen to pull 3 kings in a spread. Well, what does that mean, having all those kings in the spread? And this book goes through that information. So absolutely fantastic book. Highly recommend it. But like I said, it is absolutely fabulous. Let's try this again. Absolutely fabulous book. I do highly recommend this book. If you want to really do a deep dive into tarot and learn all about spreads and how the cards work together, reading them and so forth. So this is an amazing book. So another question that I see a lot of people ask is, do tarot cards predict the future? The answer to that is no. In my experience, the tarot cards kind of tell you what you already know, but are maybe resisting a little bit. Like I said, several of my decks and kind of tarot in general is brutally honest, y'all. It will tell you what's going on. So don't expect miracles from your tarot decks, but they can cast a little bit of light on a situation and maybe help you make a decision between one thing or another. And there's lots of information in here about, what what the cards mean. Do they mean yes? Do they mean no? Do they mean numbers? Some of the cards correspond with a particular time of year. So all that is covered in this amazing book. So those are my tarot decks. What is your favorite tarot deck? Which one do you like working with the most? You can drop that in the comments below. So that's my video on tarot today. Please like and subscribe down below. It's free to do that, and it really helps my channel out. So I'd appreciate it if you do that. Also, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and also check out my Etsy store. I have some unique and witchy items. So everything will be linked in the description box below, and I'll see everybody next week. Bye.